All right, YouTube, what's going on? It's Mesa back at it with some Destiny 2 news. All right, we got a number of things to discuss in this video, including a supposed leak coming from Reddit. Now, there's a magazine called Edge UK that's doing a cover story on Destiny 2. If you didn't know, Game Informer did not do a full cover story on Destiny 2 like they pretty much do every year. They went with Call of Duty World War II this year. However, Edge Magazine, and I've got it marked on my calendar, like when it's coming out, which will be later on this week, some of the stuff did get leaked to Reddit. Now, when I read this Reddit post, there's some pretty interesting stuff, which we're going to go over. And then when you go through the comments, there's even more stuff from this magazine. And then there's a number of people saying that there's proof within, not in the original post, but actually in the comment section, that this is legit. Either way, we're going to find out this stuff later on this week from this magazine. Now, before we get into that, Prima Games, you know, they make all those strategy guides. Well, they unveiled their Destiny 2 Collector's Edition strategy guide. You can get different covers. One is a Titan, one is a Warlock, one is a Hunter. I remember I got the original Destiny 1 Collector's Edition strategy guide with the Hunter on it. And I had that thing in mint condition. I remember buying it when I had like 1,000 subscribers. And I was like, oh, this is going to be so great to make guides. And it had some useful stuff in it, but for the most part, we just figure everything out in-game. Now, this is not going to be released until the game actually launches, but reading the description, it does have some interesting things that might be useful, especially for me as a content creator. One of the things is the armory, a rundown of exotic and rare gear for you to hunt down in-game. Also, there's one, the missions, your guide to the world of Destiny 2, featuring walkthrough of the campaign, strikes, and more. There's also a director atlas, detailed maps and information for the world within Destiny 2. Locate chests, enemy groups, bosses, and learn other valuable intel. So I'm sure we're going to find all the dead sectors, and obviously we're buying treasure maps from Cade 6 every week, but I'm still going to get this thing as soon as it launches anyway, because, I don't know, it'll be fun. So here's the cover of Edge Magazine, issue number 310, and the cover story is going to be Destiny 2. So here's the interesting stuff that leaked to Reddit, and I'm going to link this full thing in the description. Check it out, because not only is the main post interesting, but there's a number of comments and then other stuff that are clarified within their responses to the main post. Now, keep in mind also, this is just a Reddit post. This is not the actual magazine. This is something that's supposedly leaked, so take it with a grain of salt, all right? But some interesting stuff in here, and again, like I said, someone in the comments keeps just verifying there's tons of proof within the comment section. I can't find it, but this might be legit. So let's just run down what leaked out of this magazine. So first bullet point is the beta did not contain the final implementation on how energy weapons work against AI combatants with elemental shields. When the shield is depleted, it explodes, nuking any enemies that happen to be nearby. Now, when I first read that, I thought, that's a little far-fetched. But the more I read into it, it's kind of, you know what? They did make a big deal about energy weapons and how you really got to pick and choose based on element type on what you're doing, and a lot of planning. Remember, they're going to have locked loadouts for certain activities where you got to pick and choose what are you going to go in there before you start an activity, and then you can't change anything. So, I don't know, this could be possible. Nightfall strikes now have a time limit, but hold on. It says varying by strike. One example was 13 minutes. So efficiency and setting on a strategy beforehand will be important. I could totally see them doing this, you know, where they gave us in Age of Triumph, that kind of time limit thing, where if you want to earn some sort of reward, and granted it's only 30 minutes, but to make it challenging, I could picture them doing that. And I got a feeling locked loadouts are going to be something involved with the Nightfall. They never actually said where locked loadouts were going to be, but they did say certain activities, so I'm going to go and speculate that Nightfalls are going to have lock loadouts where you and your fire team need to decide who's going to bring what based on the strike. And you probably go in there and realize, all right, well, you know what, we got to go back to orbit. That was actually one of the quotes I think Luke Smith said when doing an activity. No, it was someone else in the interview with Luke. I'm sorry. He said that he kept having to go back to orbit because they really needed to change up what they were going in, because once you go in, everything is locked, including your subclass nodes. Now, please say this is true, okay? There are over 80 missions and PvE activities, and each is substantial in length, challenge, reward, and story. I wouldn't put it past them. You know, we're already gathering that there's supposedly 20 story missions alone on each destination, or that was something that someone put together when they overlapped all the different maps that were leaked, and it looks like Nessus alone has 20 story missions. Then again, this is all conjecture, speculation, things like that, but I would not put it past them. The game seems like it's extremely PvE heavy, which makes me a very happy camper, especially when it comes to missions, patrols, the open world stuff, lost sectors, all sorts of stuff. So I wouldn't put it past them. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. The next bullet point goes in tandem with that there's so much new content that at one point in development, they realized they had more content than progression. And then parentheses, it says something they've subsequently fixed. So I'm really wondering how we have no idea right now how the light system, how the leveling up system is going to work. So let's just see how it all pans out. But those last 2 bullet points make me a very happy camper. Now, let me read this verbatim. There were apparently a few other things revealed to the Edge team visiting Bungie, but they were asked not to reveal. One involves the Hunter class and left the reviewers happy that the class will shape up well. Supers and grenades were also mentioned, and while they recharge faster than the beta, it seemed we'll be encouraged to recharge them more quickly through aggressive play. An example given was a Warlock exotic chest that lets you hover in air, where kills while hovering will quickly recharge your grenade. Now remember, in the Warlock subclass, in one of the paths that you have, you could do that already, but it looks like, according to this post, that there is a Warlock exotic chest piece, but then while you're in the air, you're actually going to get kills, and that's going to recharge your grenades and stuff really, really fast. Overall, the impression of the campaign sounds very good. Lots to do, lots to find. Sounds very encouraging. That's how the post signed off here. Now, as you dig through the comment section, someone posted an actual full paragraph from this article. Remember, this is all speculation, and hopefully this is all legit. We're going to find out this week anyway. It doesn't matter. And he goes, here's the full paragraph on cooldowns and how they're affected by the gameplay. So it says, yes, relax. Base cooldowns are lower in the final game than they were in the beta. Yet there is a wider structural change at play here, one born of a very different philosophy to which drove the first game's design. The cooldowns were mostly reduced by stats that randomly rolled on pieces of armor. Remember at the Destiny 2 reveal, when I inspected all the armor, there was armor pieces with intrinsic perks, not in the beta, that said like increased grenade recharge, increased melee recharge, one was increased class ability recharge, so forth. They were passive, bestowed upon you automatically by the things you wore. Here, they are active. If you want your next grenade more quickly, you're going to have to do some work for it. Take, for example, our beloved Warlock. A perk in the Dawnblade subclass lets you speed up the recharge rate of your grenade while airborne kills. An exotic chest piece acquired during the campaign, when our character's level is still single figures, makes us hover in place when we aim down sights in air, dispatch 4 or 5 enemies while airborne, and our grenade is ready again. So I got a feeling, look, that's one of the subclass nodes that you hover in air, and which I did not like at all. I hated that. I hope that when the game launches, I'm actually not going to unlock that perk. But looks like if you have this exotic chest piece and you're getting kills while airborne, you're going to get grenades. So it says dispatch 4 or 5 enemies while airborne, and your grenade is going to be ready again. Now also, this guy, Capo Waz, he's the one that seems to have this magazine or has access to it, posted the full paragraph that explains the 80 missions. So it goes, patrols and strikes. The only PvE activities available in Destiny 1 outside of story missions don't unlock until the final third of the campaign. And until the notification popped up, we hadn't even noticed their absence. In total, there are over 80 missions and activities within Destiny 2, and each is substantial in length, challenge, story, and reward. So that was the full paragraph, just clarifying that last part about the 80 missions. So that's going to do it for the video, guys. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. We're going to have this magazine in a couple of days anyway to put everything together. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section. That's it, guys. Do me a favor, drop a like in this video, only if you see fit. Follow me on Twitter at Mesa Sean. Check my stream, usually and always on YouTube, and that's it. I am out of here like Vladimir.